Hang on a minute. Just got to get something. So I had to put Jack in his cage. Oh, and by the way, before I start, because they could be watching or listening, the person who's harassing me and putting videos up again, you won't be entertained on here and you will be took off, and people won't be interacting with you and you will be deleted because they keep moaning about that, but it's negative energy and it's from a negative channel, so bye. Won't be talking about that again. He's staying in there now. Now he was out. Now he's just come in. Probably because I'm going to talk. My mum cut a tree down the other day. This. Hi. And I've put it in here. Made him a little swing as well. He's got his own little sort of tree in the house. He needed something. But that's what sort of person I am, you know. Some people think I'm in schemes with things because, I don't know. People in this world today. Anyway, it was gonna be a chat about, yeah, you know what I mean, Dave. Still doing it, but, you know, it's one of them, Dave and me. So, the deception of Trump, savior of the universe. Yeah, the deception of Trump that some people think it is, you know, I don't. So before anyone starts, that's not what I was saying, who's might be new to my channel. This guy, you know, the art of the deal. No, I'm not, thank you. If someone wants to harass people and that makes them happy, then I guess that's what they do, but I don't know. You know, it's not going to stop me from talking about what I talk about, whether half of it's right or wrong or whatever. I'm not in cahoots with anyone. I do my own thing, so, you know, and this is why I'm coming on now to talk about the Trump. Sure, that'll trigger some people as well. So the deception of Trump. I know, you know that thing that Q says about mirroring? Yeah, if you get what I'm saying, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like, yeah, they do, yeah, that's what I mean, mirroring, yeah. It's like a bit, anyway, less about that because no energy on that, it's ridiculous. So, the deception of Trump, yes. So nobody get, you know, wound up, it's just my little story I'm going to draw on the board about the deception of Trump, or is it? Because to me, it ain't no deception. Do you want me to change the name up? Do you want me to do it? Are you ready for this? You ready? Let me just turn it around a little bit. Right, so we've got, I know, but you'll probably watch anyway with my little story. So, we've got, is that too high? I don't know. Do you know what? I've got a bloody tripod and I've not even got it out. Never mind. Right. So, the deception of Trump. You ready for this? Which way is it? There, right. Oh. Let's change this. Maybe this time, people, it's Trump, the exception, not deception. Okay, because he's not. Trump, the exception, because the whole story is, well, I'm going to draw it and then I'm going to have a chat about it, is, and I must say there's a lot of people out there who go on about this, that and the other, and who's funding this person and who's funding that person. Anyway, Trump. Here's Trump. Trump. Self-made billionaire, millionaire, billionaire, whatever he is. Self-made, not got in there or, you know, was handed it off another side, you know. Well, yes, there. Off another side. Self-made. Lived in New York City, where a certain JFK Jr. lived. JFK Jr. Just throwing that in connection. Hi. So, made his own money. I don't think he always got on with his dad, but yeah, for a giggle, you know, I'm just saying. Made his own money. Liked to make lots of big buildings with good steel. And if anyone comes in of a negative persuasion, just send them a heart. So, the book, Art of the Deal, not Art of the War, Art of the Deal. Let's have a look at some pictures. Old pictures. There's his father. Nobody funds him. And he gives a lot to charity as well. His sisters and his brothers and blah, 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 blah. There's a picture of Trump in the military. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Military. And then parents in the military academy. When he was with Ivanka, is it Ivanka? Can I say it down? Ivanka wrote. I get mixed up with his daughter's name. 17, watching. At the ice rink, if anyone remembers this. I don't know if this was the ice rink that was in Serendipity, because the people who sort of ran New York or whatever didn't, I believe, because if you haven't seen on Netflix Trump, the American Dream, you need to go and watch the series about. It's not all for Trump. Some was for Trump and some wasn't for Trump. I'm not reading the media. This is not the media. And you'll never change my mind on this. They just left this ice rink there, you know, oh, we haven't got enough money, we can't build it, it'll take too long, it'll be too much money. Trump got in there like he does, under money, and did it within like a couple of months, you know, did it quick. Trump's come out supporting 5G. Yeah, but what's behind it? Is it to bring it up, or is there something going on? Because it's never to do with what's been brought up front. Should know that with mainstream media at the minute. So he did get this ice rink made. If you can see, these are skaters here. If you know how Q works, if you follow Q, you know how it works. Then there's a lovely picture here with, sorry, I'm not American, so I don't know who this football player is. And here, I think it's signings running back, is it Herschel Walker, is it? Might have said the name wrong, the bird's tweeting. To play for a New Jersey Generals, September 1983. At the Human Resources Centre, because if you don't know, Trump is part of the Q team, and the Q team are going for human rights abuse. So just shoving that out there. Think of what Trump may have known in the area where he was. Keep it under wraps. Keep it under wraps. Yeah, Q plus. And there's just some other pictures. Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan knew a few things, what was going on. Some other people. New York out to cheer the victorious crew on a bitter cold day. Some of his buildings. Buildings, because this is very important. How this is very important about steel. 9/11 steel fell on its own footprint. Conspiracy? Don't think so. No, Trump's not creating human rights. He's going for the people who are getting the children. Fact: Bush, opioids, family, trafficking, drugs, Clintons, trafficking children, all that sort of stuff. It's all going on. It's all coming out. And like he said, in his this is an interesting book. Like I said, it's the art of the deal. You make deals around the world, not war, like what Obama did and Bush did and the Clintons did. Trump's not doing that. And why he's different is, I'll tell you why he's different, is he's not a politician. Everyone goes, he's not a politician. No, he's not a politician. America didn't need a politician. They needed a good businessman who knew what he was talking about, knew about the ins and outs of everything, the business, and what was going on in New York. Because, as I keep saying, the Nazis in World War II went underground and came out in corporations. They put business suits on, they came out in corporations, they went to America, they went all over, to tell the truth. They went to America, they got in corporations, the gov, institutions and everything, everywhere. So worldwide we don't need a politician. The politicians are fake. And that's why everyone says, oh, it's just another politician because they're all the same and it's this other end of the other side of the coin. Not really, because he's not a politician. Now, if you believe in, I'm not saying he's not from a bloodline family, they are, but that doesn't mean you have to stick to what your family are, because I'm sure there's people in this chat who might have been a bit daft when they were younger. Are you the same person now? Did you have a good family or not? Do you have to be like your family? So, no, he's not a politician. And he doesn't talk like a politician. Hi, Sue. He doesn't act like a politician. He doesn't look like a politician. Because he isn't a politician, he's a businessman, and that's what America needed, the world needed actually, because he knows the ins and outs of everything, he knows how to get things done in time, with under money, and not be taking all the money like all the other ones were doing. Why there's veterans on the streets and stuff like that worldwide. Hi. So that's why there's a difference, and that's why if you believe, in the winds of change, if you believe in a timeline, no one get triggered by that as well. There's nothing such as time and this, space and all this. Not really bothered about that. If there's such thing as a timeline, especially with all the shift stuff going on, and people were here, because I get this all the time and I know, oh, well, we were looking then and we knew this then and all this and nothing's changed, but we were looking then and that was years ago. Well, this is, right, just for example, this is where we are now, right? We're not here, we're here. That was then. This is now. Something's changed. Something's changed within quite a few years. There was still, Rothschilds, where are they at the minute? We all know about the Rothschilds. There's been an alliance in as long as they've been in, but they haven't been able to get all this out because they've always got killed off, shut up, paid off, compromised, blackmailed, whatever. Right, and it's been really hard apart from when the internet started coming in, because this is when everyone starts talking. That's why a lot of people get triggered on other channels, because they don't like people talking about certain things, this, that and the other. Just saying, because that is a fact. But if you believe in manifestation, and people have been pumping a lot of positivity out and things for the world and humanity since way before the 60s, or they started pumping it out more then. If it manifests in the physical, why can't Trump be the manifestation? Because he's a politician. No, he's not a politician. Yes, he was a celebrity at one stage, because if anybody knows about celebrities, especially in Hollywood, right? Celebrities. Fake stars. All the kids look up to him. Oh, look what they're doing, mum. And all the parents, oh yeah, we've got to get this, and sexualise them because they're all dressing like this and dressing like that. And what the stars say is true, the celebrities. So you've got the celebrities. He needed to be in that world, right? You've got the business type, because, we run all that sort of stuff. He needed to be in the celebrity realm, because don't forget, that's big, because that's politicians and everything these days. He had to get in there. How'd you get in there? You have to have money to get in them places. Not because, he's murdered someone, he's done this, because that's what some people think. He had his own money. He didn't come up and have to sell his soul to the devil because he didn't come from money. He came from money and made his own money. Got in there, just did his own, building thing. Yes, he knew a lot of mafia people and all that, because when you're in New York amongst that sort of business, even building towers and stuff, you come across them people. Like I said, if people want to take a look at the documentary series of Trump, the American Dream, it's really good. And you might see something, because at the end of the day, that is not a documentary with all everyone saying he's good. It was different opinions. But if you can watch what Trump was actually saying when he was younger, he's very intelligent. Back of this book, I've done a lot of research on Trump, and obviously I'm on the Q movement. Trump is part of Q. I like thinking big. I always have. To me, it's very simple. If you're going to be thinking anyway, you might as well think big. Here is Trump in action, how he runs his business and how he runs his life, as he meets the people he needs to meet, chats with the family and friends, clashes with enemies, like people do, and it's keep your friends close and your enemies closer. He even said that. How the hell do you find out stuff? Got to act like you don't know what's going on all the time. Enemies, and change the face of New York City skyline. But even a maverick plays by the rules, and Trump has formulated 11 guidelines for success. He isolates the common elements in his greatest deals. He shatters myths. He makes names, spells out the zeros, and fully reveals the deal maker's art. And throughout, Trump really talks about how he does it. Trump, the art of the deal, is an unguarded look at the mind of a brilliant entrepreneur, I can't even say it, and an unprecedented education in the practice of deal making. It's the most streetwise business book there is, and the ultimate read for anyone interested in making money and achieving success and knowing the man behind the spotlight. Just saying. Because people are allowed to make money, you know. Turn the blue light off. Why is it drinks? Sovereignty. Don't go for globalism. Must be joking. So you have to be knowing these people to see how they work, to see how they think, and to see what they're up to. He knew. And he wasn't just going to come out with it then. He said in the documentary, if anyone wants to go and watch it, are you running for president? No, I don't think I'll do that. Are you running for president? No, I don't think he'll do that. That's what they're bringing down, shadow government. He's not in the shadow government. No, it's not the right time. When's the right timeline? It wasn't the right time then. He's going for the murder of JFK, 9/11, because he was friends with JFK Jr. And if you think he was a bad man, then I don't know. There's lots he's going for. Federal Reserve. The red line is kids. He knows about that because Putin's told him what was happening to the kids in Russia. And also, Putin also said about the UK, they can't even look after the UK because they can't even look after the kids. Nothing to do with Russia, what everyone's been shouting out on mainstream media news, it was China. China are buying a lot from America right now, aren't they? It was China. Trump 2020 for... well, if that's what you think, some people just don't research. And I'm saying that as some people don't research, they're listening to what they've heard. They're not actually watching anything that's going on, what he's saying, not at the front, because it's what's going on behind. We all know mainstream media lie. Yeah. Well, that's what he's going for, sovereign beings. That's what he's saying. If you actually watch the Trump rallies, that's what Trump's saying. Trump has said that. You need to go and watch the rallies. Sorry. I'm very, very, this is one of the biggest things with Trump. He has said that. If anyone watches the Trump rallies, you'll see what he has said. Power back to the people. That's what some people think, he's a puppet, but that's up to them, isn't it? Jenny Hatch is brilliant. Yes, my dad did say that. Jenny Hatch is brilliant. She's got loads of video on JFK Jr. and everything, and she's also done the BBC now attacking Q is really happening. Yeah, the BBC... the guy that she's talking about from the BBC, he actually put that up last year, just before Christmas. The BBC was attacking Q. So there's another one, BBC attacking Q, because the BBC tell the truth, don't they? Yeah. Yeah, that's what some people think. They think he's changing it all to get ready for the, centralisation of the power. Not really. He's got Gitmo up. Gitmo's being rebuilt. That's what people think. Because I've seen all that stuff. Oh, the FEMA camps, Walmart and the FEMA camps, yes, that's what was going to happen. That was ages ago. Yeah, sorry about that thoughts and perception, but it's not a thing I'm going to finger on because this is the thing I actually talk about. So, sorry. Like I said, you don't have to listen to the talks that I'm doing, but I do get very passionate about this because I actually believe it and I do research a lot on it. But a lot of people go on about the FEMA camps, you know, because all this stuff was out there. We knew about that they wanted to turn that around and on the people. Well, an alliance has been in for quite a long time and they're winning, and that isn't happening. The FEMA camps, Gitmo, and all that is for all Hillary and all that. If people go and bother looking, you'll find that Hillary hasn't been saying anything lately. Neither is Obama. Neither is the Rothschilds. There's quite a few. Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean. Don't listen to me because you won't like it because you're on that side with that and I'm on this side with this. Though I love you anyway. I love you anyway. I think you're great. We're on the equal side on the other side, but if you want to call it in the physical, sorry, I like Trump. But that is another thing. There was this timeline and people were looking at, everyone's always talked about the shift. The shift's been going for a bit because it has been going for a bit and certain things happened in 2012, people got the Mandela effect and all that. And they go on about the FEMA camps and all that, but that was then and this is now. That was then, this is now. Things have changed a lot. Things have changed a lot in 2 years since Trump's been in. But people don't see it because the problem we have right now, which is a fact, is mainstream media. Tommy was in Manchester today up my way talking about mainstream media. Trump's always shouting it out. You've got to look behind what's behind the scenes, and if you and you've got to be careful of mainstream media because if they're pumping something out, it's rubbish anyway. They also said on his series when he was younger on this documentary, oh, you were bankrupt, weren't you? You were bankrupt. Let's see you advise people to go and watch it in your books. And he said, have you seen my tax books? And the guy who was interviewing him, you know, reporter from the mainstream media, he went, no. So Trump said, right then, so I'm not bankrupt. And he said, oh no, but we've been told you're bankrupt. And he went, have you seen my books? And the reporter said again, no. Mainstream media. I do it for the love of humanity as well, but remember, I followed Q and I followed it since the beginning, so, you know, just saying, it's all the same thing. The Vatican's at the top. It's massive. If you've seen me pull the map up, it's massive. No, there isn't sides, but there is sides because people make sides. It's still the same one thing. Another thing that I follow, people divide it because they think it's not the same thing. It's like join the dots. It's all to do with everything. Like I said before, the other side of Trump, which is the bit that I like, which some people take no notice of because they don't know. Some people don't even know who JFK Jr. is I've probably spelt this wrong anyway. Nikola Tesla. You know, Nikola Tesla knew about free energy. I've shouted this out a million times. Nikola Tesla, free energy, wanted for humanity. If you don't know who Nikola Tesla is in the story, you need to go and research that. Trump's uncle knew Nikola Tesla and had some of his missing notes that the FBI went and stole, and he had to look at him because he was a scientist. And some of them went missing. Who do you think had them? Trump. Trump used to spend a lot of time with his uncle, and the stories his uncle used to tell him, and used to tell him about all sorts, about Tesla's inventions, what time machines, free energy. What did Tesla get in contact with? What did Tesla knew? 369 energies and all that stuff. Well, when people say rubbish, it's because they're not researching. You know, Tesla. Not Tesla the car, and not Tesla the whatever the other Tesla thing is. Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla. So if you don't think that's odd, it's odd. So when people say it's a game, yeah, it's a game. Checkerboards, yeah. Trump's a very good chess player, by the way, master. I think his son is as well. So if we have a checkerboard floor, Illuminati or whatever you want to call it, I'm not being funny. You need two players to play this game. So let's call the bad ones the black squares and the white ones the white hats and the black hats, because that's what Q calls them. Do you not think it's about time that the white hats won for a change? Because the black hats have been in control forever. That's what's happening. Why did Trump stand in front of the Queen last year? You're not supposed to, apparently. And mainstream media said it's really rude that Trump has stood in front of the Queen. No, it wasn't rude. Checkmate. Why did he sit in Winston Churchill's chair? So, yeah. Tesla wanted everyone to have free electricity for humanity. Like I said, AC and DC currents. Edison came in, took his idea, but put everyone on a meter and used the bad currents because he put his current through an elephant. And you can go and research. Like I said, I've researched all on this. He put the current through an elephant and electrocuted it and killed it and said it was Tesla's current. It wasn't. Bit like what they all shout out now, Trump's this, Trump's that, when it's not. And that's what mainstream media is saying. Why the hell would they make it easy? Let Hillary win. She should have just won then, shouldn't she, and not got in. What's the point? What's the point? And then she didn't win, and then all she shouted out was Russia, 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 because they were going to nuke America and blame it on Russia. It was China, by the way. Tesla was a humble, great man. Yes, he was. Thank you for saying that. He just wanted for humanity. He died in his hotel room, poor, because he didn't want money for all of his inventions. He just wanted it for humanity, to help humanity. But the people, the elites, the greedy ones, took it all to use for them. And to put us on meters, because we all know free energy, electric universe and all that. Tesla's helped us set up all of this bigger ways than we know. Yep, definitely. He was the one who first, I think, invented Wi-Fi. Just saying. And that's why I'm saying there's an alliance in, because since we got the internet, people have been able to communicate more and get it out. So, sorry, the people who don't like Trump, that's fair enough, but I've done a lot of, CNN is garbage, like the BBC over here. It's not just CNN and the BBC, it's the whole of mainstream media. Who owns mainstream media? Who's at the top of mainstream media? But like I said, where are all them people now? What's going on? Hillary, Obama and many more needed execute. Yeah, just like her, Bush, just like her, McStain, McCain, no name. Died of cancer, really, did he? But this is what I mean. And it's not just that, it's like, if you're looking for the bad in everything, you'll never see any slight of good. So if you think you're doomed, we're not doomed. So like I said, if the world's been manifesting, and I believe a lot of people is, you can't not say you don't know for sure that Trump is a manifestation in the physical that's come along. Because don't forget Nixon as well. Nixon. Was it President Nixon? He apparently came to New York. He had to show Trump something. You know, what was going on. What does Trump know? Trump, they call Trump a buffoon and all that. They called him all the time. That's all mainstream media call. Some people go, no, they're just doing that because they want it to look like that. No, they hate him. And if you're not researching that, you only have to go and research people's comments in America on Twitter. They hate him. Oh, they hate him. Mainstream media. Venezuela love him. All over the world are quite loving him at the minute. Can't think why. Because why he's out front doing the chatter and everyone's going, oh, he don't even talk like a president. He says this, that, and says that, and the other, because he isn't a president. So he doesn't have to act like a boring president. What's Melania doing behind the scenes? Because Melania is more than people know, and she's doing more than people know. Why Trump's like this? What's Melania doing? That gorgeous, divine, feminine energy there. What's she doing? Yes, he did walk around the building 3 times because he had to think about 3. I mean, he knew the number 369 as well. Yeah, Obama. Where are they at the minute? Anyone seen Obama saying anything lately? Anyone seen Hillary? Bush lately after his dad's funeral when Trump walked out? Because they were the ones that were bringing opioids into America and killing Americans off. You know? Wants a truth. Yeah, they know about Tony Blair. Someone said he got arrested the other day. I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying that's what I heard. Because, yes, Blair's on the film, the little mini film, Q, the Plan to Save the World, because most of us know about Blair. Yeah, Putin's brilliant. You could tell when they went to the EU for the the military thing, thumbs up. You know, Macron behind like that, Theresa May's face, Macron, didn't like it. No Zionists are funding him. People are getting mixed up with Zionists and Jews, fake Jews, the Khazarian mafia. I tell you what people need to go and watch. I'm going to find the video. You need to go and watch a video, and it's about the EU, fake Jews, the Khazarian mafia. That's why they want us in the EU. It's a mafia. The Khazarian mafia. Fake Jews came in, by the way. There's all a mix up with that, and that's all anyone shouts out. Anyone shouts out. It is ridiculous. Yeah, there's lots of stuff we should be doing. But that's why have they shouted out the Queen saying that she might be doing one if Brexit gets all civil war, if she's going to go to Australia and go underground or something, because they might be scared what's going to kick off. She's got to go anyway. Treason, people. Time comes, good things come to those who wait. All cues drops last year were for this year, happening now. That's what it was. Bye. Love you too. Maybe you might research. You'll get triggered anyway because Q's coming out to the public. That's why BBC are starting to report that it's not real. BBC. Brilliant. Well, I'm a Pisces. I get involved in both sides. One fish that way and one fish that way. Treason and the thing is that some people don't understand is it's the same thing. It's all connected. It's all connected. It's all connected. Hang on a minute. I mean, the thing is as well, if you were going up against it, and it's massive, by the way, it goes back to the Titanic and everything, how would you put a plan in place? Because you can't just do it overnight like that. You have to do it where you're getting evidence, you're collecting evidence, you're seeing what's happening. Yes, some horrible stuff's happening and it is awful, but you have to collect that evidence. They're doing it within the law. So when people moan and say it's taking too long, no, they're doing it within the law because that's what, they can't have anything coming back saying, oh, well, they didn't do it within the law, it was against the law. No, these elites, these Illuminati, these cabal, whatever you want to call them, they've been doing everything against the law because that's how they play their game. They put things out in films and all that because it's the law of one. They think they're telling the truth by saying certain things. They say certain things in symbols and in words that people think means something else and it means something else. And because we've said yes to it, like your birth certificate, when you're born, we're owned by the government, marriage, all stuff like that people don't know about, you signing your kids away. I was furious when I found that out. All sorts of stuff. You know. Yeah, yellow vests are in London. Yeah, they're everywhere. Obama is a good man. Really? What, with his big wife, Big Mike? Yeah. Trying to take the limelight off Trump, saying he brought certain stuff. Yeah, that's what they call him, don't they, Big Mike? If you've seen the video. Big Mike. But this is what I mean about Trump, man of steel, knows about steel. 9/11 fell on its own footprint. Anyone can tell that. Bush, book upside down, when he was supposed to be reading to the children about the third tower. They already talked about the plane that went into the Pentagon that disappeared in the ground. There was no wreckage, really. It's because it wasn't a plane. And when people realise what was in them buildings as well, all goes back to the Federal Reserve. The Titanic was a Federal Reserve, and who was opposing the Federal Reserve? It was only about 3 people. They don't care who they killed on that boat as long as it went down. No one could prove it because we didn't have mobile phones at that time, all taking, oh, look what's happening, oh no. But now, this is what I said with the internet. thanks to Nikola Tesla, free, Wi-Fi. That's why people can start getting stuff out. Yeah, it definitely was. Definitely was. That's why people say if you actually look at the Bush funeral, I mean, I know they're not all smiling because it's a funeral. Did you see the letters they got? Trump walked out before, but just near the end of it, he didn't stay. You wouldn't want to, would you? Sat with all them murdering people. Have you not heard about Hillary at the minute? The body count and things going on, and the guy that's ended up in hospital about talking out about something. Also want to show you a really good guy who went to the White House the other day. It makes me laugh. He's so nice. Where is he? Just saying, when you start to research, you start realising stuff, Yeah, and that's what Trump knew, because Trump had a lot of steel. Yeah, Hillary and Bill, yeah, they definitely are the killing duo. 400 body count, yeah. When they were, last year, the 4th of July, someone was going to talk out about them. The house blew up on the day before. Convenient. But like I said, Trump's not the deception. He's the exception. He's not a politician. That's why they all laughed at him. They didn't think he was going to get in because Hillary thought he was a laughing stock, as everybody else did. Let them think that. Let them think that. It's always the quiet ones, isn't it? Let them think that. And by the way, when you lose, when you're running against each other, you're meant to have a speech for when you lose, because obviously you're not meant to know. She never had one because she didn't think she was going to lose. So why leave it for 2 years? Bring the New World Order in. The New World, Trump's going for a new world, not a new world order. He's already talked about Brexit in the UK. He said that in a speech. People don't like watching Trump's speeches, can't be bothered, because sometimes they're a couple of hours long. Depending on what channel you have to go, you have to move up to the thing. He's talking about China. He's talked about the UK. I'm just trying to find. Like I said, it doesn't mean people are like, oh, I was researching years ago. I know people were researching years ago, but it's not then, it's now. A lot has changed since then. You may have changed since then. This picture. Where we go, when we go, we are united, we will win, we are winning, and it's united because it's a Q, America and the UK. Here is, if anyone knows Henry Davis on Twitter and YouTube, he's brilliant. He went to the White House. Can't really play the music, but Henry! No, you don't have to trust him. We'll see in the end. But like I said, if you don't follow Q, you won't know that Trump's part of the Q team. And Q is a movement for we the people globally. No one's controlling him. He was dancing because he'd just been to the White House. And he puts his mega hat on. MAGA hat. That's what I mean. If you don't follow Q, fair enough. But Trump is part of the Q team. Rockefeller's bailed Trump out twice, gave him billions. You must understand, if you go and watch Trump, the American Dream, you'll see how people did things for each other, even if they didn't get on with each other. People do that at school, can be two-faced to get what they want, if anyone gets what I'm saying. So like I said, he meets the people he needs to meet, chats with family and friends, clashes with enemies. And there was even a mafia guy there, little guy he was, mafia guy. No one really liked him. But what you've got to understand is there are, let's say the Freemasons, whatever you want to call it, secret society. There are supposed to be two that sort of, one wants for humanity and one doesn't, and they sort of don't get on, right? So in the world of business, it is like that as well. People will use each other to get what they want, as in that building, or I'll give you that and I'll help that. And even some that are seen as bad, mafia, some of the mafia were bad, and some, because Hillary's dad was mafia, by the way, and the person she looked up to was in the Ku Klux Klan. So people need to go and research that, because I've researched that. Also, people, well, we'll see. I believe it in my heart, not here. But I've done a lot of researching. Knackered myself out last year. Even in them realms of business, there were even people that say there was a little mafia guy. They're like, oh, we don't really like him. But even those people didn't like certain things that were going on, even though they might have done things where, you know, in the mafia, they might have done things, but they didn't always agree with certain people because they were taking money off them. That's how it all works. So when people say, oh, well, he was around these people. Yeah, Big Mike. Oh, he was around these people. Well, he had to be around them people because that's how it works. And if you want to bring something down, the cabal, you have to be in them circles to know what's going on and act a bit like, you know, he doesn't drink, Trump. Barron had a vaccine and was ill with it, and he doesn't give his kids vaccines either. He didn't always stay behind at parties. That thing about Stormy Daniels, do you think that's real? That's how they get people, don't they? Like the BBC. They lie about people. It's always sexual abuse. It's always this. It's always the drunk. They're on drugs, as we know, because the BBC lie. He'll need a drink after all this is over, because the weight that man is carrying, everyone goes, he's got a poker face, he doesn't smile. Do you know what he's going after? It is massive. And at the top is the Vatican. I mean, do you want to see something that went on Twitter today? Absolutely disgusting. Why do these, I don't even know what these people are called, ministers, I don't know what they're called. What's this all about? If I can find it. What's this about? Who does this to a kid? Who does that? Who does that to a baby? There was worse ones than that. Well, like I said, it's all right people saying they don't like Trump, but what makes me laugh is when people don't research Q or Trump or look at anything. It's just, I mean, that's a bit like, exactly. I know. There's a worse one than that where a priest or whatever was, I showed it last year, was smacking this baby around the face, and then the dad had to grab him off it because, you know, no. There's fake ones, I've just said this. This is where people need to find out the truth, because people are dividing and going on about certain sorts of people and stuff like that. Yeah, it was awful. It was awful, T. Taylor. Certain sorts of people. But I'm just saying it doesn't matter if you don't like Trump and you believe he's bad and this, that, the other. I've done my research. I've researched Q. Like I said, a lot of people think Trump is deception. I'm saying he's the exception. He's not a politician. He's a businessman. And if people don't believe, yeah, it is all a stage, but he has to play on the stage because, like I've said before, everyone's saying about go within and all that. Yes, I understand that, but we're still here as well. And the stuff that's been going on, I think everyone should be set free to ascend or what everyone's saying it is, but they can't because people are being deceived. It's still all with humanity and all that. Do you know what I mean? That's what I believe. I can look at that side, the spiritual, but I'm also with the physical as well because we are here. That also goes with Mother Earth and everything. You know, she's changing as well, but I'm not afraid to be in both. His business skills are not great. They are great. They are great. He wouldn't be doing what he's doing now. And he wouldn't have done what he did in this book either. But like I said, mainstream media don't tell the truth, do they? So, you know. But like I said, he's the exception. He's not a businessman. People moaned, didn't they? Oh, He doesn't talk like a politician. He's really this and really that. Well, he's not a politician. Bilderberg Group. He's not from the Bilderberg Group. If anyone watched, he didn't go to the Bilderberg meeting. He didn't go. He didn't turn up. So there. Yeah. America needed, the world. America needed a businessman. Because like I said, anyone can say what they want. Research Hitler. Research World War II. We didn't win the war. We lost it. Silent war's been happening with our food. Everybody knows that. Our food, the kids, how celebrities use different ways, all that sort of stuff. They went in corporations, institutes, schools, universities, you name it, they got in. That's why they brought a businessman in to help with the plan. And when I say military, it's a lot of the Navy, because military got implemented and all that. A bit of the Air Force, but a lot of the Navy. Navy, water, JFK Jr. You needed a businessman. You didn't need another fake politician, because that's what they normally all are. Trump isn't a politician. Yes, I do believe that's what's been happening with Wi-Fi, but like I said the other day, Tesla invented stuff like that. When the powers that, I should say, were, because bring down a house of cards, if you're going to use something that was being used for humanity and you're evil, you're going to use it for bad, so it's all getting changed. People are getting triggered now because Trump said something about 5G. Of course he has. If you know how Q works and how Trump tweets after Q, you'll know he's brought that up for a reason. Either to look at, because we all know what it is, or the change in the frequency. The blue sky in New York, when was it, before Christmas? Everyone it was a transformer. It wasn't a transformer. Was it the overtake of something? I believe we've been getting water or something in California, have we? No, instead of dryness, weather machines maybe been taken over. Anybody? Call out to the Reds. Oh, do you mean Republicans? Trump? Sorry to annoy anybody, but I don't care. He is part of this. Well, if you look back to the plan was in years ago, like I said. I just don't think, I don't understand why people can't maybe think that something actually got in place and has been trying to help for years, and they've got the part where they can do it now. Like I said, why does everyone look for the bad in everything? Is it not time for us, the people, to win worldwide? That's what I believe. Enough people pumping it out, then therefore it's got to come in. Therefore it has to come into the physical world. Well, it might have come out as Trump. It's got to come out in somebody. It's got to come out in somebody, hasn't it? I brought them last year. Oh, good. I'm glad you red pilled some people, Boom Babe. Yeah, Tretinus May. Well, she got told last year. You just see what happens in March. See what happens. Thank you, Space is fake. Yep. And I'm not saying, because Thoughts and Perception knows I love her. This is just like, she's big on this and I'm big on the other side, so it's like, blah, 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 blah. But not in a nasty way. It's just that I'm quite passionate about it. Claim your sovereignty. Well, that's what Trump has said about sovereignty, because he said about power back to the people. We shouldn't be governed by people. That's why he said he doesn't want globalism. It's nationalism. That's what it is, nationalism. They're trying to brainwash people to being globalism, New World Order, for the globe. It's nationalism. It's for your own country first. Sort out your own country so bad things aren't happening. But we can all, make deals with other countries and trade with other deals. Nothing wrong with that. It's like you said, you can't just let people in nilly-willy with bad intentions. You've got to come in. Thank you. You've got to come in within the law. Simple. I mean, what's hard about that? You're not coming in against the law and you want to go against the law, then what's your intentions? Oh, March 21st. Well, there's giant waves coming in quite a few areas. You've got the energy waves and you've got the other one, if you know what I'm talking about. And a lot of things were done in Q as well on full moons and stuff, because the other side cabal used to use them as something very powerful. Because if anyone knows about alchemy and stuff like that, which I've been talking about when the person got triggered by when I was talking about flat earth and now has decided to harass me and keep putting videos up. You know, I was talking about alchemy with the stars and our bodies and how everything aligns with our bodies and stuff like that. Tesla was always looking up to the stars and that, you know. Our earth, the planets, the planets, the plants that heal our body, the stuff that they don't want us to know, the waves of energy we get from certain, you know, planets and stuff like that. I believe Trump is going to run in. What? Yeah, Trump's going to run in 2020. He's going to run out. Yeah, because JFK Jr. was a Democrat, and he said, "Oh, I've had Democrat offence." Exactly, that's what I believe. 2020 JFK Jr. Did you see the picture the other day that went up? Now, see, I was talking to someone the other day and they went, "Well, I don't really know who JFK Jr. is." Well, yeah, that's right, Doom. A lot of us know that. I mean, that's one thing we'll all agree on here. Like I'm saying, I have people on here, we don't all agree, you know, some are religious, some aren't, whatever. But one thing we do agree on is that we've all been lied to, definitely. That is one big thing. And this is what we're all trying to do, find out the truth. Like I said, if I'm wrong about this, I will come on here and say I was wrong and we'll all have a laugh about it, because you're all beautiful in here. You're all nice anyway, even if we get triggered by different things, but not triggered in a nasty way of name calling, really nasty, like I've seen some people doing in other places. But I will come and say that, and it'll be like, oh well, now what we're going to talk about. Oh, there's proof about JFK Jr. because he's at the rallies. If anyone cares to go back and look at them, I did all that last year, so I don't need to look at all that because I've done it all. I've done all the Vincent Fusca, I've done all the most of the rallies last year. This picture, I mean, you know the girl where they did a picture of the daughter and all that? I mean, hello? Yeah, what a time to be alive, exactly, the Great Awakening. Who is that? Who is that hair? Who is that nose? Who is that profile? Who is the girl? I mean, what? I can tell who it is. I can tell who she is. The daughter of JFK Jr. wanted to be an actor. JFK Jr. was interested in prosthetics, makeup and stuff like that, if anyone gets what I'm talking about, rallies. Julian Assange. He loved flying. He hated the paparazzi. He hated the media in New York. That's why he was always running away from and getting annoyed with him. He was friends with Trump. He hated mainstream media. He was brought up with the guy I think his mum went with was, I think, in the mafia. But this is what I'm saying. It doesn't mean they're all bad in the sense of he will have grown up knowing about his dad and why they killed his dad, and a lot of the Q drops are to do with JFK and what he knew and what he was going to bring out when he said, I am going to smash the CIA or whatever it was into 1,000 pieces, and then he got killed. He got murdered. What did he know? What does Trump know? What did JFK Jr. know? The Punisher is JFK Jr. going through his father's killers, which were the Bush family, which, yeah, if anyone saw the Bush funeral from up above, it was in a queue. And people say, it's a stage. It is a stage. This, where we are, is a stage, but you've got to play on that stage. So Trump is playing on that stage. He's being the mouthpiece at the front. What's Melania doing? What's she doing right now? What's she been doing around the world? Why Trump's saying this and all mainstream media are going mad and they don't like him and they don't like him, pushing their agenda. What's Melania been doing behind the scenes? Why was she stood at the pyramids? Why has she been to Africa? Why has she been all around the globe helping with stuff and people? Not the fake ones, like Big Mike and all that go around pretending they're looking after kids when they're actually trafficking them. Fact, like Clinton. The woman that worked for her got caught trafficking kids in Haiti. That's coming out, isn't it? And that's out there, by the way, if people go and research. George magazine, yes, he had, JFK Jr. had brought a magazine out called the George magazine, a political magazine, George, as in George Bush. He was hinting. Yeah. So I'm sorry when I get like really passionate about the Q and Trump thing, but I've done a lot of research. Like I said, if I'm wrong, when we believe all this is about to come out, I mean, there's lots to come out. There's that bit of the political side and Hillary and all that that's going to roll out very soon. There's all the stuff that after that it'll all go into ancient civilization, all that, because it was in everything. I've shown you the Q map before. Vatican's at the top. What's in the Vatican? They talk about Palladian guidances with the Trump team. Everything's on that map. That's why I said it could have just been done tomorrow. Rome wasn't built in a day and all that. It's massive. So as long as it's took for the cabal to just put the top of the pyramid on, for the New World Order, because she thought she was going to get in, that's how long it's took for the alliance to get in. And a lot of the alliance also are normal people that have been working around New York, watching what these people have been doing without them knowing. They're just normal day-to-day people. And what did General Flynn say? What was M16? Proof there's a special life showing Princess Diana and JF Katrina were put in protect. Probably were. She knew. They were friends as well. There might be loads of things that could come out. What did General Flynn say? The Digital Army is people on YouTube doing the Q stuff, or people all over Twitter dropping. Because some people think it's not. People who don't look into Q don't know that how big it is. There's millions global. Mainstream media aren't going to tell you that, but I bet you any money starts coming out in mainstream media, it's all fake, because they did it last year at Christmas, mainstream media, BBC. There's millions all over the globe. Some are still sitting on the fence. They said as soon as they see Hillary go down, they're jumping on the Q train. That'll be more millions in every country, in the Middle East, everywhere, because it's the regimes that have been in control, And they shout out certain people, like, oh, it's these people in this country. It's not them people who live in that country. It's not us British. It's the elites above us. It's not like people say, oh, we hate Britain because them people they're murdered. Oh, we hate people in the Middle East because they're doing this, that. It's not them people. It's the regimes that are in control of them people and suppressing people's speech. And as we all know. And where's Trump travelled to? And what were they all going mad about? Oh, he's going to Russia to meet Putin. Oh my God! He's going to North Korea to meet Kim Jong Un and nuclear weapons. Boy, he's going to Australia. Oh my God, he's going to Canada. That's what a president's supposed to do. He's supposed to go around the world and meet the leaders. It was all right when Obama had a picture with Putin playing golf, but as soon as Trump goes to do it, different story. And then it's funny how Obama's been caught on film saying, oh, Michelle, Big Mike, his wife. Oh, you're truly blessed, the alliance, do not forget, truth to power. Well, like I said, if I'm wrong about this, I'm wrong. I'm going with this because that's how it feels. And I believe that you should believe in something. You shouldn't see the bad in absolutely everything. Because, like I said, what do people want it to be? Do they want to believe that, the New World Order was coming in? She nearly topped it off. Didn't happen. That's why she had a face like a slapped ass. And that's why she was shouting out, Russia, 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 Russia. Put that big stupid hat on. Oh, well, if you can't beat them, join them. Join them. I'm not saying all world leaders are brilliant, you know what I mean? But there were certain things that were going on they didn't like. And I'll tell you one of the biggest things they didn't like, that they didn't agree with. They might have agreed with other stuff, I'm not saying everyone's perfect. I'm not saying every leader or whatever's perfect. They didn't agree with what was happening with the children, the trafficking, the abuse, the satanical rituals. And if you think that's mad, you need to go and research. They didn't agree with that, and neither will anyone. Well, we don't, but the people who are asleep when they find out won't either. Yeah, Q is winning, the world wants it. Exactly. This was the thing of, I told you there was a cartoon of the Illuminati, someone drew a cartoon. They had the chessboard on our back, like a normal person bent over with the chessboard on the back and said, the way to end it is to stand up and say no more. It's because we've all been complicit without even knowing. Because they put stuff out there where we don't actually know what we're signing, like your birth certificate, stuff like that. We don't know, like in certain films you think it's not real, so you think, it's only a film. No, that's what's been going on. But because they think it's the law of one, they think they're putting the truth out there, twisted, they think they're going to get away with whatever they believe, like they're not going to get judged because they put the truth out, but they haven't. They've deceived us all. And that's why I say, Talk about the shift ascension. Some people are for themselves and aren't bothered and want to do that. But that's brilliant. But I'm one of the ones that wants to help other people to see what's been going on, because I believe everyone should be able to ascend and be able to turn around and think, I didn't know I was doing that. You know, if it wasn't bad, we've been complicit to eating certain foods with certain things in, we didn't know. Baby fetuses and additives and stuff like that. People don't know. How dare they? How dare they? You know? You know? Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the world evil and it's the children that are involved. So that's when people get snappy about Tommy Robinson. Think what you want about him. He's still bringing truth out about certain stuff, whether you like it or not. It's what's been going on. They're going to be filming all around the UK of all the parents and all the mothers of what's been happening to kids. So I don't care what you think about him. If you think that's wrong, I don't know what's up with you, because there's been some terrible, terrible stories. Oh, it's all right. It's been going on for years, so it just needs to be brushed under the carpet. No, it doesn't. It needs to be brought out, because then secret societies or whatever they are, can't do what they've been doing because everyone knows about it. You can't unsee what you've seen once everybody knows. That's called the Great Awakening. And that's why I say to people, it's not just the Great Awakening higher of they have violated all of us food, air, water, babies. They have. When you look into it, it's horrible. I nearly had a breakdown last year. Yeah, Tommy is real. Yeah, I watched. It got scrambled a bit. I knew it would. That's what I mean. But people don't research properly because they think it's mainstream media putting it out again. You know, that's the Great Awakening. But this time it's different. It's a Great Awakening of, it's a spiritual war as well. Like I've said before, it's not just a physical one. Like people say, don't look over there because it's just physical and it's not helping you ascend. It's both. It's physical and spiritual. They went for the physical years ago. Like I said, we didn't win World War Two. The Nazis went underground. Hitler went underground and came back out. Like I said, you want to look into the Bell and Maria Orchich and Tesla, and you want to read the book Bill Cooper and Behold the Pale Horse. That's a good read. That's eye-opening. The silent war that we've been in for years, food, air, all that we all know about. That's the silent war. Then they went for the spiritual war because they know people have faith in a spirit. I'm not religious, but if you have that belief, I believe in a creator. And if you believe in energies and stuff like that, they're trying to get rid of all that. They don't want you believing in anything. A New World Order was you only believe in what they tell you. You only think what they want you to think, and you only say what they want you to say. That's why they were bringing in, free speech. They were taking free speech away. Hate speech. Hate speech is free speech. Also with the Black Lives Matter thing, I've said it before, it's not Black Lives Matter, it's Black Lives Matter and White Lives Matter. Everybody's lives matter. If Black Lives matter, white lives don't matter. If white lives matter, Black lives don't matter. It's all lives matter together. Well, some people say that, Carl, that I'm not saying that he was like the golden child, never did anything. But I'm saying you could be from a family that if you were brought up in a family and you didn't know any better, you would think that was normal. A bit like Chelsea Clinton. Ugh. But as you grow up, you might realise that it's not, and then you might turn because you might get away from your family. But there's people, when you grow up, are you the same person you were when you were 21? I know people that said they were really nasty when they were that age, and they've grown up and realised what's what. Do you know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying about a timeline of, it's all right saying, like I said before, where's my thingy, my jiggy? It's all right saying, oh, I looked at all this years ago, because I have a friend that I talked about this ages ago. I looked at about this years ago, all the New World Order, and we're not there anymore. We've moved on. We're over here. A lot can happen. A lot can happen in that space from there. A lot has happened since Trump got in. A lot's been happening since apparently JFK Jr. died in his plane crash. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If anyone gets what I'm saying. What did JFK Jr. love doing? Flying between heaven and earth. And when someone got triggered the other day about me going on about flat earth because I don't think I don't know this, that, and the other, and they're triggered because I don't want to go to their channel. I'm talking about the heaven and earth of it, like I said before. The heavens are already here, but there's a veil that's been hiding it. Firmament, whatever you want to call it. I don't get triggered by people going on about that, but do you know what I'm saying? That's what I believe in. Heavens are already here. There's just a veil that's been hiding. What's the age of Aquarius? Pisces was the age of deceit and corporations and this, that, and the other. What's the age of Aquarius? The lifting of the veil, the lifting of seeing the deception. Once they're seen, they can't do what they were once doing for centuries, because we all know, like Q said, they won't be able to walk down the streets, because if we all know, there's a lot more people that need waking up. How can they carry on doing the secret things if we all know? We all know where to look, we all know where to go. Can't get away with it. Just saying. I'm just confused, because what about JFK? When you look at, he looks like he staged his shooting. I don't know if he did, but like I said, we just don't know, do we? But I think he was definitely murdered, because that's what JFK Jr. is going for. He's the Punisher. But like I said, one of the things he said was, I'll smash you in 1,000 pieces. He was talking about the CIA. Who was in the CIA? Bush. Bush was in the CIA. And if any of you on here don't know about Q and you're from the UK, whatever, you need to go over and see Joe M channel, Q the Plan to Save the World, and then Killing the Mockingbird and all that. Or you can go on The Storm Upon Us and watch it on there, because I think it's the same sort of person. And you can see they're just short little 10-minute films. See what you think. You might not believe it, but hey, hey. But like I said, if you were going up against these people, you need to be in them areas to know what's going on. If you were an undercover cop, what do you go and do? You go in, if you had to do a few months in an area because you were trying to find out what was going down, you have to act like them people in that area and blend in. Hello? That's what Trump was doing. Is that not what you do if you were trying to staking something out? And yeah, qmap.pub, yeah. He's dropped loads. I don't go over and do them all. There's great channels out there are doing it, but I mean, that's what you'd go and do, wouldn't you? Yeah, the Q video's a great starting point, even though it's a bit too late for people to get on it, because it was basically been done and it's happening, and you know, those of us that know. Yeah, the highest civil security clearance, mind you. Yeah, energy one. Great chess player, Trump. Exactly. So you need two people to play the game. So it's time the white hats won, because the black hats have been in control since time dot, you know. And I will probably be doing a chat about food and energy and why I'm trying to get off meat. You know, I said I only really eat a bit of chicken. Now I've got my bird. I'm like, I can't. He's over there. He's been out today. He's very cheeky. I've just said about, he's not pushing 5G. If you know about Q and how Trump works with Q, it's either he's bringing it up for people to look at, because they're going for one thing, you know, one thing and then one thing. It's not like, you know, there's all this stuff, or something's being changed about it. But you might just be bringing it to the attention, because some people still don't know about that. So we all know it was a death machine, is a death machine, but there's always a method in the madness of why he says things. It's either to get people looking at it, or he's about to start talking about it, saying to the crowd, haha, I've brought this out now, there's the next thing that we're going to do. Yes, we are in a spiritual war, we are, which is why they came out with political correctness. Yes, we are in a, like I said, we've been in a physical one for years. Like I said, since World War II. Now it's spiritual, because they know that taking the spirits of people, like I said, if they're wanting you to shut up and wanting you to think what they want you to think, and you're not allowed to do anything, and they want you controlling you, when you're putting chips in your hands, because that's what they do in China, and that's so you can open your door and get in your car, and everyone thinks it's funky and it's modern, but then when you do something, you won't be able to get in your house or get in your car, because that's how they control you. They're going to take your spirit away, your soul. You'll just be dead zombies. That's why they always put zombie films out there, because you won't be able to say anything. do anything. You'll have to eat what they want you to eat, and this, that, and the other. Extraterrestrial time travelers, yeah. And I got this book, didn't I? My dad got it for my birthday. I'm not on this one yet. It's 3 books in one. And The Adventures of Little Baron Trump. Baron Trump's Marvellous Underground Journey. So I just thought I'd say that. You know, some people will think Trump is the deception, but let's change the words a little bit. Trump is the exception, not a politician. That is not what America needed. It is not what the world needed. Oh, I trust the plan. I've trusted it since time. I've known people that got on it and fell off it and tried to comment about it, but I don't know how people can comment if they don't actually have actually researched it all the way through, if you get what I'm saying. Well, you've got to have spirit in something, because this is what I said, they're trying to take people's spirits away, and that's why people are standing up and speaking out, because if you sit down, shut up, that's what we've always done, then they think that's complicit and it's all right to carry on with what they want to do because no one's standing up against it. Hence the yellow vest, hence Tommy, whether you like him or not, hence what's going on all around the world. People are rebelling because they need to. Some people think it's a bad thing. Oh, it's going to kick this, or it's going to kick... Maybe it will a little bit, but at the end of the day, we have to stand up and say no more. Or do we just sit down and people go back to watching Coronation Street or whatever they're watching? I don't watch TV. God sailing, yeah, you know, whatever it is, even if it's celestial bodies, energy, you know, if Jesus was Jesus, if he was real, if he wasn't, if it's just a spirit energy of a celestial, who knows? But, you know, you've got, that's what's taken away. There is spiritual warfare now. They want to take your spirit. So you're walking zombies that can't think for yourself, can't function or nothing, and you're working for them, giving them money. We do all the work, as we know, we've all been enslaved, and they sit on the big fat bloody watch full of money asses, don't they? But like I said, where's the Rothschild? Where's Hillary? Where's Bush? You know what I mean? Where are them all at the minute? I haven't seen any. I haven't seen them saying anything. Where's Ginsburg? She's been seen, but no one's seen a picture of her. Seen a picture of her 4 years ago, but no one's seen a picture of her. Oh, futuristic things. Well, what were the futuristic things? So just saying, some people think it's not good to look at the physical, but like I said, I believe this time it's different. As in, also what I said about the timelines, if it was always, oh, look within, yes, I do believe that, because that is what I'm doing as well. And I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. But also, if the timelines have changed, whatever you want to say it is, it's physical with the spiritual. Spiritual works with the physical, and the physical works with spiritual. So I'm looking both ways. And like I said in that book I had the other day, where is it? I'll just go and grab it. Was he at a basketball game, or was it from ages ago? What's the dream in? That's a good thing. Do you drink unfluoride water? What's the picture I was showing the other day? Old books, not new books. Yet nobody's were viewed in the JFK Jr. accident. They were said to be cremated, and you can't even cremate in the religion they were in, because they don't cremate the bodies. Or the military ship, which is not it's not equipped to do so, and the ashes scattered at sea, DNA testing, and also there were 17 people on that boat and they were all laughing. So there's another one for you. Yeah, where's Soros lately? That I'm glad you brought that. Where's Soros lately? No one's heard of him. We knew he was funding Antifa and everything else, but Soros hasn't been heard of lately either. And they all do protest against George Soros. Trump already shouted George Soros out, and he's not heard of him lately either. All them people we've not heard of lately. Star signs and signs of your body. Pisces at the feet, water to earth, grounded. Like I said, alchemy is a big thing. People think this is bad because, oh, they're separating the liquids from this, and you look at some of the pictures. Some of the cabal who do these awful things to the kids use that in this sense, but the real way of doing it is extracting oils and things from plants to make medicines for us, because it's the plants that were given to us in the earth that make us better, not big pharma medicine. Everything's on the earth. There's information in the stars, and it's on the earth. And that's why I say, whatever realm we live in, because everyone gets triggered, the stars of the moon, they work for us. We're looking beyond the veil. Yeah, David, we're looking beyond the veil. The heavens, what's all this here? There's a lot in astrology and alchemy, and we get told it's a bad thing when it's not actually. Yeah, there are good and bad walks in just like everything else. Exactly. Dolly, what is the name of the book and author? Which one? This old one that I got off off eBay. Is this Astrology by Lewis McNeice, I think. It's an old one. It's a really good book. I don't like brand new ones. Tells you a lot. Tells you a lot about how the stars work for our bodies, and certain celestial bodies match up to planets that match up to our bodies, because there's a celestial body in the sky that matches up with the grid of our bodies. That those plants make us healthy. That's why they did the witch burnings and all that years ago, because they used to make medicine, ground herbs up and stuff, because that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah. Grids in the sky, grids on the bodies. But astrology has a lot to do with that. Because where's the author? Lewis McNeice. Lewis McNeice. It's like I said about Santos, if anyone who knows who Santos is on YouTube, he's got a really great channel about astrology and stuff like that. It's really, really, really good. And I know JP, you know about the energies, about the that book that I told you to get, where you manifest, and it did, and higher entities are in control. Yeah, higher celestial bodies, entities, bodies. I'm trying to find what I read the other day. But this book's really interesting, especially if you like cuddling up to a book. You're welcome. I've got another book as well. I've got quite a few. Well, yeah. I think God's both in it. There was gods and goddesses. Like people talk about myths, mythology. It's not true. You know, it's truth in everything. Just trying to find. I underlined some stuff. Oh yeah, it said something like, I think I read this out the other day. There is sympathy between the parts of the universe, between things celestial and things terrestrial. From this stems a whole system of correspondences, the most famous perhaps being those between the signs of the zodiac and the parts of the human body, consisting the so-called zodiacal man, celestial body in the sky. This universe sympathy or instinct, for all instinct is sympathy, is neither more or less than the secret but powerful influence of the heavenly bodies. Heavenly bodies. Beyond the veil is the heavenly bodies. Heavenly bodies. 5G rollout UK 2019. Not if Trump's got anything to do with it, it won't be. Because people will know if the people are asleep. See what happens. He doesn't shout things out for a reason. And it's normally the opposite, because it's always think mirror with mainstream media. Yes, Santos, I can never say it. Is it Bonici? Great on astrology. That channel is brilliant. And if you don't resonate with it, it doesn't matter, you know, you don't need to start screenshotting me like some people do because they can't stand it. That guy is brilliant. And it does add up because that's what I've always been into, even though I looked at it and then left it for a few years. But that's why the herbs and the plants were given to us on the earth to eat, to use as medicine, I should say. And those plants match up to the celestial bodies and the chakras in the sort of chakras in the sky, chakras in our bodies. Everything matches up. Same thing, as above, so below, as within, so without. Saying. Dolly, check out Sam. No, that's who I watch. I watch him, John. I watched him a few years ago, but I do watch him. I've been watching him recently again to re-jog my memory. He's brilliant. Yeah. Saying the thing about food and that's why I need to get off my last bit of meat. You know, the energy resides in food, which I know about that. If you know, I know. But he's brilliant. Yeah, but Trump's speeches are full of things because if you don't follow Q, you don't know what he's saying. He's got there's little messages in it, but it would look like that because if you don't follow Q, when Trump misreads things and spells things different in his tweets as well, it's all for, if you're following Q, you'll know what it means. If you don't watch it, it won't make sense to you. Yeah, we all know about 5G, but like I said, watch this space on that. Don't forget, years ago, there were secret societies that were trying to help hide things from the bad ones, and then they got in there. There's truth in everything, and people have got in everywhere. Doesn't mean everyone was bad. It doesn't mean everyone in the Masons is bad because they're not. It's when you get past a certain, and you have to do certain things. It's not like every celebrity is bad because we all know about Hollywood and that. They're not, but people have been blackmailed, this, that, and the other. So it's hard, and you can't say for definite. I can't say for definite yes. I just feel here, but like I said, if you don't follow Q, nothing Trump will say will probably make you think that. Anyway, Serial Brain 2, yeah. Do you mean the channel? Watch that. SGT report, there's loads. If people want to go and research, they should just research themselves. I don't feel anger or stress. So that's what I'm saying about Trump. I don't feel no anger or stress about Trump. I feel there's an alliance. It's been in since a very long time. If you know the proper story behind JFK Jr. and what person he was, he said, I don't want to be a great man. I want to be a good man. There's a difference. You don't have to be great. You can be good. Low-level Masons haven't a clue. Yeah, because they have low-level people that haven't got a clue. Because if they got interviewed, they wouldn't know what was going on. Past the 33rd degree or whatever it is, that's where things start happening. So that's where I say people can start looking at bad in everything. There isn't, in the government, that not all the government are bad. There's pockets of people in those governments that are, by the way, with the alliance, this, that and the other. People start getting paranoid. It's like this fella who's been hounding me on here and putting me up on his channel. It's like people are getting paranoid. Like, really paranoid. But it's like I say, it's all right saying go with him, but action needs to be taken as well because, like I said, we are part of the physical world and we are part of the inner and we are part of the outer. Can't work without both. So because this has been going and going, people need to stand up. And then everything will be in a line and everything will be in balance because that's what it needs to be. But I'm going now because my battery's going to run out. And I love you anyway, Thoughts and Perception. You know I do. But it's like I said before, if you believe there's something coming out, whatever, which way ever you think it is, which I do anyway, it's going to come out and we're all going to see, you know what I mean, anyway. Oh, I'm already doing that Thoughts and Perception, don't worry. I was doing it in the garden today. I do that anyway, like I said, I do that side of it, but I do look over there because I personally believe in both of them. So I do that. I do that, don't worry. I do mad things in the garden and do my little things. You know, before I go to bed, I'm putting things out there. Soros had a bounty on him from other countries. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I haven't heard of him. I haven't not seen him for ages. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yes, don't use Q to do nothing because all Q was, you are a mystical, blessed being. We all are. That's what I mean. when people go on about Q, it's just a movement, but it's up to you whether you want to go and look at it, because it's a bit late now, it's been done. And all it was breadcrumbs for people to go and research. All it was basically question everything and research yourself, not listening to every chat, not listening to, you know, a couple of channels and believing everything they're saying. Research yourself, because that's what me and my dad did. We went and actually researched stuff of names of corporations, this, that, and the other channels that were doing different things, and researching. That's what it's all about. Question everything and research yourself, and then make your mind up. So I love you all in here anyway, because I think you're all great. You're positive people, and I know that, yeah, Free June Islam, we saw him as well, but I know that the majority of that coming in are brilliant. You've got good hearts, whether you believe in certain things to talk about or not, but you're all beautiful beings, you're all positive, and I know you all want good for humanity, so I can't say fairer than that, do you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter if you come on my channel and I'm saying something about Trump and you don't like him, that's okay. As long as we get the truth out in the end. If you don't like what I've said about Flat Earth the other day like someone else didn't, that's okay. I'm not saying I know about that, I was just talking about a bit of it, because I do believe in this is what it was, and astrology is a big, massive thing to do with us and Earth, as above, so below. And I just think we're all looking for truth. If we get a bit mixed up in bits of stuff and this, that, and the other, so be it. At least we're looking. Positive vibes, exactly. Yes, Australia needs to help Julian. Remember, he was seen in a picture that looks a bit like a submarine. Remember, submarines. Astrology saying Pisces, new friendships formed. Astrology saying Pisces, new friendships formed. I'm a Pisces. So just remember, it's rolling out fast now, whatever you believe. So we're all going to see anyway, you know. But the one thing I believe is, forget all that. I just believe there's good coming for humanity. I just feel that, because there's a lot of people been working on this as the so with inside, which I know and I see and I hear people, and I do it myself. I'm not saying I'm brilliant at it, but I do it. Cowboys march from Montana to White House. Oh, the Cowboys. They got the bikers there, aren't they, as well? Bikers are good men, bikers. Yeah, David Icke's brilliant as well. See, David Icke, that's the only thing with David Icke, though. He is sort of a bit against Trump because he sees him as a politician. That's not just saying because David Icke is pretty up on everything, and I love David Icke, that just because he says he doesn't believe in Trump and he doesn't believe, that doesn't mean that Trump is on the side of good. He might not look into that. I don't think he's ever mentioned Q, so he's not looked into that, because most people, I used to think Trump was no good, because I used to think that, oh, he's just the same side of the, so sometimes I can look at channels and I'll take a bit out and I'm like, yeah, I believe that, but I'm not sure about that, because who's saying who's right at the end of the day? He is right on most stuff, but that doesn't mean just because he said something against Trump that he actually researches. He might just think, well, they're the same end of the coin, I'm not really looking into that, and that's fair enough, because I do big up David Icke. I do like David Icke, you know. A lot of people have watched the world stage, but that is definitely what I do think about the, you know, that was then, this is now. A lot has happened in that time. We can all see it, like, ramping up, even with people getting on board with spirituality. So, just saying, but I love you all, and please do check out Thoughts and Perceptions channel, because she's got some beautiful videos there. I love your videos, they're so good. And you'll find other people on there as well. I'm Fifth World, and who else is on there who does? Dave singing, everything. You're just all brilliant. So, yeah, he's on our side. I know. But like I said, we're all wanting the same thing, and that thing is freedom for humanity and stopping this, you know, with the kids. So we're all on side with that, even if it's just snippets of little bits. But and that's good. So, what day is it? So it was really sunny today. I'm hoping I was in the garden today. Doing stuff. It was beautiful. Yeah, red and blue, Dolly. No, yeah, red and blue. Masculine and divine. Democrats and Republicans, but they're going to unite in the end, because Trump might be a Republic, but JFK Jr. was a Democrat, and he did say he's got friends, and they need to unite and stop dividing, because that is what it's all about. Funny enough, red and blue, they divided it, divine and masculine, and they need to come back together, because that's how it works in balance. And that's what it's about. Hiding that divine feminine all this time. You know, the wars, manly wars, because it was a masculine, sorry men, but it was a masculine energy, warring, man-made wars. Now the nurturing needs to come back in. That's what I believe is coming, because that's what the lovely Melania's doing behind the stage, you know. Trump's a bit but Melania's the soft one, and she's doing all that sort of good stuff behind the scenes. 17 thumbs up. Q's watching. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going now. Yeah. Yeah, JFK, yeah, and that will unite him. Everyone, if no one knows the story behind JFK Jr., America loved JFK Jr., so can you imagine when that happens? Oh, thank you, Dave. Yeah, so I better go and, before, if this stream goes, I'll just say before I go, but I do love you all. All on the same love vibe, do you know what I mean? Are you going to say bye now? All is at home. Yes, I know what channel you've been on. Jack? Jack? Saying bye-bye? He's been out twice today. He goes back in his cage himself. And then I've got the lovely tree that I brought in the house because I'm mad. He's got a tree there. And I made a little birdie swing for him. So my mum cut a tree, a massive branch off, and I just stuck it in a pot and thought, oh, well, I can have that in the house. Because he flies around in the house. He doesn't sit in his cage all day. And I've only had him for 2 days, and he's a really good boy. Oh, thank you, John. Let's help people remember that we have the power to dump the system. We have, and that's what I believe we're doing, thoughts and perception. We're all doing it our different ways, but that is definitely what's happening. Definitely. We're all doing it in different ways, but that is definitely what's going on. Okay, don't worry about it. I'll watch.